A Whispers of Speed and Hunger. Episode 6. The fire planes are tested. Eyes on the edge, it started with silence. Zira noticed it first. The guinea fowl had vanished from the bushes. The impala herd no longer grazed near the watering hole. Even the zebras were moving cautiously, ears flicking toward the east. Something had changed in the fire plains. Then Naya spotted the blur. Two shadows at sunrise, slim, long-legged, moving like smoke just above the grass. Cheetahs. They weren't hunting, they were scouting. Ghosts on the wind, the cheetahs came silently and swiftly. Two brothers, Sifu and Kale, their coats dusted gold and black like the plains themselves. Cheetahs are built for speed, not strength. With slender frames, deep chests, and semi-retractable claws for traction, they're the fastest land animals alive, reaching 70 miles per hour, but only for short sprints. Their bodies overheat if they run too far. They rarely fight for territory. They rarely challenge lions. But hunger changes instincts. These males had been driven from their old land by wildfire and rivals. Now they sought refuge and prey in the fire plains. Zira tracked them from afar. Nia remained calm, but Maji noticed something far more troubling. They were hunting near the den. A new pack emerges. As if that wasn't enough, another presence crept into the land. Maji and Nia returned from a morning patrol to find tracks scattered across the dirt. Not feline. They were small, round, precise, and many. African wild dogs, painted wolves, a pack of 8. Lean and scarred, with yellow and black fur that looked like ash smudged on snow. They were led by an alpha pair, Raya, a bold female with a half-bitten ear, and Tico, her cautious mate, who limped from an old injury. Unlike cheetahs, wild dogs are elite pack hunters, known to chase prey over long distances. They rarely confront lions, but when they do, they use numbers, speed, and coordinated attacks. And these dogs weren't just passing through. They were desperate. Ara killed too close one day. Zira spotted the cheetahs again, this time crouched low, eyes fixed on a young reed buck near the cub's stream. They pounced, quick and silent, snapping its neck in seconds. But before they could even catch their breath, the wild dogs arrived. Yipping, snarling, circling, wild dogs often steal kills from cheetahs, who avoid fights at all costs. Sifu and Kale backed away, growling, watching the dogs tear into the carcass. But they didn't leave. They stayed. And when the wind shifted, Nia caught a chilling scent. They were all getting closer to the cubs. The roar that reminded that night. Maji stood on a ridge watching shadows move near the stream. The wild dogs were following a wounded warthog. But the cubs were playing too close. Zira moved first, her roar booming across the plains like thunder. Nia joined her, fangs bared. Maji darted into the tall grass and pulled the cubs back by the scruff. The wild dogs paused. They were starving. Yes, but even a starving pack knows better than to test 3 lionesses defending their young. Tico let out a low growl. Raya stared for a long moment, then turned. The pack faded back into the brush, and the message in the dust at dawn. The cheetahs returned, not hunting, not hiding. They dragged the remains of a small duiker, left it near the stream, and vanished again into the east. A silent gesture, not surrender, not fear, respect. Nia looked to the sky. The fire planes had not been taken, they had been tested, and they stood. So with the wind carries in the wild, every predator has its role. Cheetahs run faster than the eye can follow, but they can fight. Wild dogs work as one, with unmatched teamwork, but they scatter when the odds turn. And lionesses? They hold the line. They protect the future. They defend what cannot run. And in the heart of the fire plains, under a blood-orange sun, the lionesses stood unshaken.